This is Real Dilemma Podcast with Regina and Dorcas.
Hey guys! Welcome to Real Dilemma Podcast. If you're a new listener or a new viewer, you're welcome. We love you. Thank you for subscribing and clicking. And if you are a returning listener or a returning viewer, because we do this for YouTube and also for like podcast audio listeners. So yeah, if you're a returning one, thank you. We love you. Thank you for always sticking around. And yeah, this week
we already started chatting before this, so I know where it's going. But just go.
So we're gonna go into it. We were chatting about what were we chatting about? I asked Dorcas and I said, we didn't even introduce ourselves, by the way. If you're new, I'm your girl Regina and this is...
I'm Dorcas.
Yes. So yeah, back to what I was saying. I asked Dorcas a question.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure did.
Because we like to start with like a little icebreaker. And this week the question, let me get it on my phone. So the question for this week is, as a wife...
Go on.
Between your dad, your husband, and your son, who comes first? And be honest.
Between my dad, my husband, and my son. And the thing is, if you had asked me this question before I had my son,
what would you say?
It would have been a different conversation. I probably wouldn't have felt attached to the son bit of it.
Okay, let's break it down. So cool. We didn't set our timer, but anyway, break it down.
Just have a look.
Yeah. Sorry guys, we're just checking our time, so it's 12 past.
Okay.
Cool. So before you had your child, right? Your son.
Yeah.
Between your dad and your husband.
I would have picked my husband, for sure. Before I had a son.
Okay.
I wouldn't think about it
because you've had a son, who comes first?
I love my dad, but my dad has his wife, so my dad is out.
Okay. So
he can go decide who to pick between his wife and his kids. Then my husband and my son.
Mm-hmm. So that is out of the picture, by the way.
Oh my God.
Dad, you're out of the picture. We love you still, but you're...
No, he knows I love him. He loves his wife, so it's fine. I think my dad would also expect me to not pick him over my husband or my son.
Yeah.
So he'll be cool with it.
Right.
Now, my husband and my son... You know, if he's picking his kids over me, I would have an issue with it.
Your question is, who are you picking?
So
who are you picking? Who comes first?
Who comes first? Mm-hmm. Nobody comes first in Jesus' name.
Okay.
But I think I'd have to pick my son.
So it's your son, your husband.
Yeah, my son, my husband, and
then your dad.
My dad.
I mean, it's fair. I think it's fair.
Who are you picking?
I thought I got away with it.
Nope. Who are you picking?
Who am I picking? So I've got two answers.
Let's hear it, and then I'll decide which one stays.
So the two answers, it'll be my son, my husband, my dad. And that answer is for like what would I call it? The politically correct answer.
Okay.
Right? But I feel like the genuine answer in my heart is my husband, my son, and my dad.
Really?
Don't come for me, guys. I'm sorry. All the mamas, mamas on this channel or listening, please don't.
So why are you putting your husband before your son?
The reason,
because of love.
Love.
Because you're a lover girl.
I'm a lover girl, guys, and everyone that knows me knows. Okay. However, I am a lover girl, but it's not just love. My husband is like one of my. In fact, is my bestie. Like he's one of my closest person. Like, and I feel like as parents, we'll get into it, but I feel like as moms, we tend to pour. Once we have children, we pour a lot of ourselves into our children. Yeah. After we get married, right?
True.
And then we sort of neglect our partners or our spouses, unintentionally, intentionally, but we do. Mm-hmm. So for me, it was an intention to either balance it out or even pour more love into my spouse than, not necessarily than my children, but find that balance.
Would you say it's always been that way from the start, or?
So when I got married at the start.
Let's say after you had your first child, yeah?
Was it that way?
Yeah, or it was when you had more kids, you realized, I need to know.
So before I got married, or before I got married, I was very intentional in terms of how I want my relationship with my husband to be.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I was very intentional about is I'm not going to neglect the connection we have. But when I had a child, so because of that intentionality, when I had my first son, it would never, no matter how intentional you are, you will still pour into your child.
Of course,
especially your first, you know. So, but for me, because I had that intention behind, when I noticed that it was becoming too much, I had to sort of come back, you know.
So you saying you pour more love now into your husband?
Not more. I pour what's needed. Because the love is different, obviously.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So it's not like I'm pouring one over the other, but I pay attention to my husband as much as I pay attention to my children. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, but then I think... No, let me ask you, because I know for a fact that my husband will want me to pick my kids over him.
Definitely. Mine would.
That's something I know. So do you think your husband notices the love you pour
on him?
Yes. Do you think he feels that way?
No, because like I said, it's not more or less.
Yeah.
What I'm doing is I'm pouring as much into my children, but I'm reminding myself that there's someone else that needs my attention. I'm only a girl, by the way, but I give it. This
conversation is making me feel...
It's not going to be equal. It's not going to be an equal thing.
Okay.
And it's all in stages. That's what I believe.
Yeah, I say this because I feel like sometimes people show love or pour love because that's what they want to do. Like you just said, it was your intention to do that.
Yeah.
But the person you're showing the love, you're pouring the love into, is that what the person wants?
Well,
for instance, I want you to love me a certain way.
Right.
But you're loving me the way you want to love me. So is that what he wants?
So I think the conversation...
So when you're being intentional,
I feel like...
Are you asking him what he wants?
Yeah, okay. I think...
And the amount of love you're pouring is what he wants as well.
I think where you're getting it... why you're feeling the way you're feeling is because you're going into a different conversation.
Okay.
Because I feel like the conversation you're going into is now more... love, how you want, like love languages, and if he's receiving what I'm pouring into him, right?
No, I'm not talking about love languages. I'm not talking about love languages.
Wait,
I'm saying,
before you continue. So
yeah.
The reason I say so is I just want you to understand in terms of when I'm saying I'm being intentional. I do that because I know it's very easy to neglect your spouse.
Of course.
As a mother,
of
right?
Of course,
because
yes.
You're nursing your children, you're doing this, you're doing
especially that. When they're more than one.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
I just wanted you to understand that the intentionality is not like I'm doing anything extra.
Yeah.
But I'm creating time and space for us to connect, even when I've done all I need to do for my kids.
Yeah, just see, we could go on, but yeah,
baby.
let's.
But you guys tell me what you think. We didn't answer our question, by the way.
I did. I answered my question. You gave me 2 answers.
Yeah, okay. So,
by the way, you have to stick with one answer. Okay. So give me one answer.
Let me give you one answer, right? My one answer is my son.
All that love talk. All that love talk, guys.
So that they won't come for me.
All that
love you guys talk. Will come for me.
No, funny enough, people are never satisfied. If you say your son, some people will be like, no, why didn't you pick your husband? If you say your husband. I say it
with my chest, right? Because I know who I am.
Yeah.
I love my children. I love them like 100%.
Of course.
But the but is more like I will not... for me, I'm seeing the future. My kids are going to go. They're gonna leave me. They're going to go to uni. And then I focus so much on these children, and then they go, and there's this distance between myself and my husband because I've been being a mom.
Regina, what are you sticking to? What's your answer? Because you're like this today.
Okay. I'm sticking to my answer. I said what I said, and I said it with my chest. Okay.
So my answer
is.
Is that your son, your husband, and then your dad?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll stick to that.
Yeah, I think that's it.
My answer is 2, so pick whichever one you want to pick.
People will never be satisfied. If you go with your husband, some people say, why are you going with your husband? If you go with your son, why are you going with your son?
Yeah.
So it's just what it is.
And then it depends on the scenario as well, obviously. If someone is... That's another question I want to ask, but I don't think we have enough time for that.
Okay.
But I know your answer already. You're head on.
For what question?
You're saving your child, bro.
No, I'm picking my child, and I'm doing that because I know my husband wants me to pick my child.
Definitely.
It's not a conversation we've had.
Okay, so wait,
but I know that's what he would
let
want.
Let me ask this. So if you were to serve your plating food, right? Who are you serving first?
No, I'm feeding the kids first.
Okay.
Because my husband would. That's how he.
Himself out.
Yeah, he's very selfless with things like that, especially when it comes to his kids. He would just sort the kids out. Sometimes he'll be like, "No, don't bother about me." Like today, coming for the shoot.
Yeah.
I fed the kids. I was about to leave without even feeding my son because he woke up really late. I was going to leave him with his dad. And I was like, feed him. I was like, okay, but Marinley was like, but that should be priority. And I was like, yeah, makes sense.
Sweet.
I fed him. And then...
I think, like I said initially that it's in stages for me. Mm-hmm. At this stage, where my kids are, the ages they are at, it's always going to be them first.
Exactly, because now they need you for everything.
Once they're like in their 18s, 20s,
no, of course, we're picking our husbands.
Peace, baby.
We're picking our husbands at that point.
Really why I gave the two answers, just to clarify, guys.
So,
because it just depends on the stage. Because I know I've seen, and I don't want to be a certain type of mom that is so like, what do they call them? Helicopter, airplane parents. I don't know what they're called. I don't want to be that mom. So those are the intentionalities that I had going to marriage, which will actually bring us to our topic of the week, because we've been chatting and we've never started.
Okay, let's get into it.
This is Real Dilemma Podcast with Regina and Dorcas.
The topic of this week is so it's 2 in 1, right? Things you wish you knew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay.
Or, things you wish you knew or did in your 20s.
Yeah.
That, obviously we're in our 30s, so early.
See, be specific.
Okay, guys. Okay,
very early.
We've just crossed.
Very.
We've just, although.
Very early.
Okay, still very early 30s. Right?
We're not that old.
So we're in our early 30s, right?
Yeah.
So things we wish we knew in our 20s, and things that we wish we did in our 20s. Mm-hmm. And also the second part of the question is things you wish you knew before getting married.
Yes, things I wish I knew before getting married.
Yeah, you can start from there.
Okay, so I would say things I wish I did. Let me start from things I wish I did in my 20s.
Right.
I think I wish I had picked more of a niche in my career.
Okay.
And stuck to it.
Right.
Because I was, in hindsight, I was just trying to figure things out. But yeah, I was trying different things, trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I knew what I wanted to do, but at the same time, I wasn't so big on that simply because I got married.
Okay.
So
when did you get married? Just for
I did get married.
Your sake?
Yeah, I got married at 22. So I feel like 22, 23. Me and Matt. I wish we could put those bubbles. When, when people, those videos where people are, yeah. So yeah, I think everything just boils down to my career. I wish I had,
So, okay, career is one for you.
Yeah, it's a major one.
What about, which is one for me actually, one of the major ones I have is friendships.
Friendships?
Yeah.
In your 20s?
Yeah. And what I mean by that is what I wish I did or knew. Not just friendship, sisterhood, okay, let me break it down so you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
One thing I wish that I did more in my 20s was to, obviously, just like Dorcas, I got married early. I got married at 22 as well.
Okay.
And, but I'm happy about that. Don't get me twisted. I love that. I have no regrets. But if I was to go back, I would probably spend more time developing good friendship. Say that again. Spend more time developing my friendships, my core friendships with my girls. Spend more time doing things with them. My sisters, my mom. My sister, my mom. Things like traveling together. I wish we did all that before marriage. I wish I did. I mean, I can do it now, and I do it now. But there's a difference when you're not necessarily single, but when you're still in your 20s, possibly single or dating, but you're not married, and you're going on holidays with your girls.
Really?
I wish I did that more. I wish I traveled with my girls a lot more.
Yeah.
Traveled with my sister a lot more. I wish I traveled with my mom. But the reason it's not necessarily a big deal for me now. I wish I did it, but it doesn't really matter anymore because I can still do it. But I guess the situation of things back then was different. I probably didn't even have the money to be jetting around.
Yeah.
That's why in your 20s, everyone is grinding. But
I don't know.
Looking back, that's one thing I wish I did more. Before marriage, I wish I traveled. After uni, I wish I traveled with my friends, my sisters, my sister, and my mom. And just
do you think some of those friendships? Do you still have some of those friendships now? Where are they?
Say what now?
Where are they?
You say what now?
Where are they? Where are the friends? Because family is there forever, but
I mean, that's why I said back then. I think if I had developed those friendships then, it would have probably translated into my 30s. But because I didn't, no regrets or anything because I believe things happen.
Do you think you're making friends now in your 30s?
My sister girl. I think that's a topic for another day.
Yeah.
I think it's harder to make friends now in your 30s, to be fair. Right now, for me, I'm not that interested.
I find it easier now. I find it easier now to make friends just because I feel like I'm more seasoned.
Okay.
Yeah. So I feel like now I can handpick my friends, block or ghost who I don't like.
Blocker.
But when I was young, But when I was younger, I felt like I was just taking on any and everything. So that I feel like it's easier now for me though.
Yeah, it's easier because you're in control more. I think we should pause on this. And double back on it.
So going back.
Let's stick to the topic, right? So
before sidetrack.
So for you mentioned what you wish you did more, focus on
I think for me it was just I wish I had, focused on my career.
I wish that actually, aside all that ones that I mentioned, I wish in terms of like career and growth, I wish that I started social media when I was in my 20s a lot more. Like something like what we're doing now.
Yeah, but then it wasn't as big as it is now.
Not necessarily podcasting, but I think that
YouTubing. Like social media as a whole. Oh no.
Yeah, it was.
YouTube was a thing.
Yeah,
YouTube was a thing.
Yeah, and it would every other thing. It's just YouTube. I'm not necessarily an Instagram person, but I wish I've always had this. I've told you now. I've always wanted to do like YouTube. Yeah. But whatever it is held me back. But I'm thankful that I didn't. I guess maybe it would have been a different outcome.
True.
But that's
you wouldn't have met me.
Probably wouldn't have.
Yeah.
But that's one thing for me. So I wish I started.
You'd probably be somewhere. Going on vacations, I swear, in Mykonos, in Dubai, shaking your bum. No,
I don't shake my. Thank you, Jesus.
Oh, you don't twerk,
girl?
Because you're a mom, you don't twerk.
I only twerk.
You twerk for Jesus?
I twerk. This is PG, right? Is this podcast PG?
No, it's
okay.
So long as you're a mom, you're doing the do. So it means...
are we getting into that?
You're a mom, you're doing the do.
Cool, we're not talking about that now. Let's focus.
Get your head in the game, game.
I think that's two major things.
So for me, I wish... another thing I wish I had done in my 20s, I wish I had learned to save. I don't know what happened to me in my 20s. And I was making money. Not plenty, but... I did not have responsibilities, so every penny I had was for me.
Something, yeah.
And I did not save.
Something with it.
I did not save. Did I buy stuff? I probably did. Useless stuff. Because they're not with me anymore. Do you get? So I wish I had saved more or learned how to save or someone had taught me how to save. Because in schools, they don't teach you how to save.
Home, it's something that you just have to...
Exactly.
You have to be intentional about it to save. Because when we're young like that, I've never been a spender, to be fair.
Really?
Never. I've always saved. Even in secondary school, my mom would give me lunch money for the week. I always saved it, and I would take food from home.
No.
So my mom would be like, "Why are you taking food from home when you have money? Like you should."
Oh, that's good.
I don't save my money.
Well, opposite when it comes to this, because I'm not Agbabola.
My husband, on the other hand,
how much is money? I'm spending. I'm spending what I don't have.
Wow.
I'm spending. Unless it's not in my account. It's going out. It's not
now
good.
We know.
So now in my 30s, I'm getting seasoned and mature.
Okay.
I'm learning the habit of saving.
Let's quickly go into marriage. what do you wish you knew in marriage
before
you got
getting married.
Now, marriage is not easy.
No, so before we start this, if you're not married, don't get scared to get married. If you find the love of your life,
I was like, is she serious?
no, but it's just a warning, so you don't
Very
think
afraid.
marriage is that bad. We're going to talk about some good sides to marriage, but right now we're just talking about things we wish we had known.
Yeah.
So not the not so good sides. I'm not going to call it bad sides. So I wish someone was honest about the fights that happen in marriages. I wish, to be honest, I had seen my parents had arguments.
Yeah.
I never saw them fight.
That's good.
I swear down, I never saw them. When I say I swear down, what does swear down mean?
I don't know. It's something we say.
Like,
in slang.
you know
Swear
how
down. Swear up.
Muslims will say Allah, wallahi, exactly.
Yeah, that's right, isn't it?
Yeah. So
Jesus, my English accent is in it.
I'm sure by now they can tell who's the
Yeah, Nigerian, no, don't mind this one. Any accent can come at any time. All right, carry on. Sorry.
Yeah. So what was I saying? I've lost.
You wish you saw your.
Yeah, I wish I saw them fight.
Mm-hmm.
I really wish I saw them fight. I never saw them fight. I think I only saw my dad like one time we were traveling. My mom said I'm putting her business out there because she has friends that watch me.
Don't go into too much.
No, but this is not something so bad, right? It shouldn't be. Anyway, I'm still going to say, as we were on a road trip, and then my mom, they were having like a conversation or something, and my mom said something, and my dad was like, what you said sounded somehow like he probably used the wrong word. Do you get? And then it pissed my mom off, and then she just looked the other way and kept quiet for a really long time. They did not argue, but that was, I think, the only thing I saw that stuck.
Yeah.
Because I knew my dad offended my mom in that moment. Do you get? So
now,
I never saw.
Okay. So you're saying that you wish someone told you about the fights.
I wish I saw them fight.
Would tell you that.
No, I wish I saw them fight. Then I would know it's normal.
Yeah.
Not to get into marriage, and then you're having certain misunderstandings. I'm like, but we love each other. Where's this coming from?
That's true, Sha. That's right. Because growing up, I've seen, not necessarily my parents, but I've been around couples that had issues and fights and stuff. So for me, it was already a norm. It's a normal thing for that to know that you guys are gonna fight, right? Mm-hmm. But you're not the one fighting. You're only experiencing other people fight. Yeah. When it's your turn, it's different.
But you know it's normal. You know it's okay to do that.
What I'm trying to say basically is that I get it that you didn't see it happen, but even experiencing it and then being in marriage and it's happening, it's like, I still wish someone told me because you're seeing these things, but no one is really telling you why or how to even settle the fight and things like that.
Or like telling you a healtty way to communicate. Yeah.
But that's a good one. I think that's a very good one. For me, we'll just give one because of time. So you've said wish you saw people fight. What do I wish I knew before marriage? I think it still goes back to what you're saying. Mine is communication. Okay. And understanding that we're two very different people. Mm-hmm. And gosh, that's me. That's one I'm very honest on this pod anyway. That's one of the main things. Yeah. My husband, we hardly fight, but one of the things that will cause friction with us is communication. Okay. And as much as marriage might be scary for people, but I enjoy marriage. I'm enjoying it because I'm learning. It's literally a school. It is a school. You learn every day about yourself. I'm learning about myself. I never thought I could be one of them women that are like, you're so annoying, you're this and you're that. I never thought I would, because I'm very calm. I'm very going. But I can never forget like one major fight we've had, and I lost my ish. I was like, you're so wicked. You're mean. I don't like you. I never thought I could do that. But then after that day, I was like, damn, I didn't know that marriage good. So it's different things. And for me, one big thing and one lesson I want everyone should, if you want to take it. If you don't, it's fine. Is self-reflection is very good. When you have these sort of fights, going back to reflect, because that's one thing I had to do after that day. And I was like, this is so not you. This is out of character for you, like shouting. And my husband didn't even, he was just quiet. Really? And I now understood when men are quiet, it's so annoying. Yeah. Like, when you're upset, you expect them to talk back. Man went to sleep. I was like, But it just made me see a different side to myself. And I'm like, okay, I don't really like this side, so I'm gonna work on it. But yeah, I think those are like two things that we've learned.
Another thing I would say is, another thing I wish I knew before getting married is, I wish we were taught.
Are you trying to say sex?
Yeah.
I knew it. I just knew it. Because the way you were taking your time, it's like, girl, spit it out. And the way you were taught. We wish you knew more about sex and sex education and things.
Yes,
like that, right?
yes, I really do.
I think we need to touch on that on another
I really do. So,
but yeah,
but mostly for me, mostly it's just understanding that, you know, people are different. I had to learn everything. See, everything I know about myself right now when it comes to sex, how I want to be in relationships and everything, I learned while I got married.
Okay.
After I got married. So yeah, I wish I had known a lot of things before I got married. But at the same time, I'm glad I learned in this particular school, this particular person.
Yes, yeah.
Because he doesn't stop me from doing what I want to do. You know how many, I told you, how many things I've done that he'll be like, yeah, babe, go do it.
Yeah.
And he's my biggest supporter. So I'm glad I learned everything with him. But then it's just the fighting bit.
Yeah. I think with sex, it's same as well. Like, I wish I knew. I mean, for me, I knew, I knew because I don't want to expose myself too much, but yeah, I knew a lot before marriage. Like, not doing, guys. I knew in terms of knowledge.
Oh, okay.
About sex and things like that. But, like I said, I'm growing constantly married, so there's so many things.
Of course.
We're discovering and learning each other. But yeah, it boils down to a lot of upbringing.
Well, marriage is very interesting and it's very sweet. For those of you that want to get married, do rush down the aisle and get married now.
Don't rush down any aisle. Don't mind. Take your time. Enjoy. One thing I'll say, please enjoy single. Enjoy single life, because you ain't gonna get it. Well, you can get it back, sharp. Obviously, you know
why that was not like top of my list, because I feel like everything I want to do or I would have loved to do in my 20s as a single girl, I can still do now.
You can, because there's still a bit of a.
I feel like the only restriction is if it has to do with like your career, for instance. When you have kids and stuff, it will slow you down.
Exactly.
But being a single girl, you can do anything you can do it now.
And that's the thing, it's still those things that you're talking about.
You can still take those trips.
Things like career, things like just upping and jetting off however you please.
You even then you have to plan, because then you'll be working.
No, you plan, but all your permissions or things you have to consider will be less than it is when you're married.
Yeah, true.
You need to consider your husband's schedule, your children's schedule, and that's even when you have children and all this. There's so much more that you have to consider compared to when you're single.
Yeah, true.
You can still do what you want in marriage. Yeah. But what I'm saying is there's still gonna be a bit of limitation when you're married.
Yeah.
Because I have a very understanding husband, right? I don't know why we're tooting their horns too much on this pod. Let's not toot their horns too.
No, but to be fair, we're tooting their horns just because we're also sweet people.
Yes, exactly.
If we're not sweet, they wouldn't be understanding and nice.
Yeah, like he's amazing and lets me do what I want. Yeah. But I still have to consider so much. Yeah, of course. I wouldn't if I was single. I'd just be like, peace out, I'm out. Yeah. Just take time off work and that's it, you go. True. But yeah. Anyway, we've said what we had to say. Yeah, we have. Disclaimer, a lot of the things that we say is just of our own experience, our own opinions. So please take it with a pinch of salt. If you like, take it with a bowl of, with a big pot. By the way, guys, this is just content. We say that Dorcas is in a villain era. Exactly. So anytime she's coming at you with this energy, just know it's a lie. I believe it's a lie. She's just trying to form. But I'm trying to. Yeah, maybe I'll get there. Girl. You fake it till you make it. I saw a post of someone saying something about if someone does not knock is what they said, but I'm saying hit. If someone does not knock one motivational speaker, the rest of them will not shut up.
So we're not motivational
not,
speakers.
so please.
We're just giving our opinions.
We're just giving our opinion. Yes, please. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you
guys for watching. Yes. Thanks for listening, and please do not forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Yeah, and follow us on all our social medias: Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. Do we have Snapchat?
No, not yet.
But yeah, when we do get it, we'll let you know. But everything will be down in the description box. And yes, thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye.